One of my favorite analogies or examples of all time is the video game analogy. You start on level 1, and when you figure out how to get by the boss, and you figure out what this tool does, and you figure out where to put it and how to do it, you get to go to level 2. And the same thing happens on level 2, and then 3, and 4, and 5. And I think at the end of the day, life is just a series of solving problems.
I've been watching a channel on YouTube called InfiniLean. With all the love and respect, it's actually not great in my opinion. But the concepts are powerful. There's something called Six Sigma, talks about 3 defects per million transactions, and there's something called the theory of constraints. Targeting the constraint is what we're going to talk about today.
Next Level Nation, today for episode number 2148, life is just a series of problems to solve. I get asked all the time on podcasts, why is self-awareness so important? Why is personal development so important? Why is learning so important? Why is knowledge so important? This is my new answer. And Alan has used this many times. If you've ever played a video game and you get stuck on level 1, you don't get to go to level 2, and you don't get to go to level 3, and you don't get to go to level 4 unless you go online and you find the cheat codes or you find the walkthrough guide and it says, you know that corner that looks like a dead end? There's actually a ladder at the end of it. You got to go down there. That's how you get to the next level. Oh, shit. Okay. And then you go to level 2 and it's worse. And you don't know how to, maybe you don't know how to beat that. But then like there are levels that are just easier. It's just like, oh, jump over this person, walk backwards, jump back over them, jump, okay, climb the ladder, boom.
What game gets easier as you play it?
Well, I'm saying like the first 5
False.
levels. First 5 levels.
False.
First 5.
Okay.
3. First 3 minimum, right? First 3. That's where you're just learning. You're just learning about it. But yeah, that is kind of my thought process for today's episode. And it's based on something that Alan and I were talking about the other day. He was talking about it. I didn't even know what this meant like a year ago. Target the constraint. Cool. What does that mean, though?
I was on a relationship talks coaching session with Emilia and 2 individuals. Shout out to you too if you're listening. It was awesome. These are new clients, actually. New old clients, because we worked with them in past relationships. But we were targeting the constraint. What do? We have something called the 25 Conscious Love Languages, and it's a worksheet where you go through, you do green, yellow, red for each one. So deep conversations is one of the 25 conscious love languages. Do you love having deep conversations with your partner? That means it's green for you. So what you're looking for is mismatches. The reason why we do an assessment of the 25 conscious love languages is so that people can target the constraint. Okay, the relationship is trending in the wrong direction, and they both know it. They're having a baby. They need it to trend in the right direction. That would be very good for them and their child.
Yeah.
Relationship talks coaching. Boom. I would love for everyone to be proactive. Usually people come when they're in trouble. Usually. When do you go to the doctors? When you're sick. When do you get a therapist? When you're struggling, right? It is what it is. When do you get a coach? When you can't figure it out. Okay. So it's our job to listen to the female, listen to the male. This is a heterosexual couple in this case. And hear them both out. Let them both express how they feel and what's going on. And then my brain and Emilia's brain is both going, okay. So Emilia and I both targeted different constraints.
Stop. Explain target the constraint. What does that mean? Simplest terms.
Word.
Does it find the problem?
The root cause of the problem.
Find the root cause of the problem.
Diagnosing the root cause of the problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So for you, this is a good example.
I love when we do this. Go ahead.
Yeah. So you got an 80 sleep score last night.
Something like that.
You're doing much better today. You've been...
I feel much better. Yeah.
Your sleep's been terrible these last few days.
Yeah.
And it's been affecting you.
Yes.
So your biggest constraint until now was getting good sleep, which you knew. And that's why you told Taryn last night, if I don't get to bed by 9, I might die. Playfully.
Yes.
So we're all targeting constraints all the time. I'll give you one. I can't find my fucking AirPods.
Ooh.
Dude, can't find them. I have the AirPods. I lost the goddamn case. So I can't charge these things, right? I used Emilia. She has these big headphones that she used. So I got to use hers. She has the nicer ones. The noise canceling's 10 times better. Now I'm sitting there going, oh shit. I think I need the new AirPods at some point. Because noise canceling for me helps me focus. Unbelievable. So I'm trying to take a win out of the loss. I don't know when I'm going to get them, but I'm going to get them. I'm going to look and see, like 2 or 3 years out, usually is when I jump because the tech is like that much better, innovation. But my point is one of my constraints, this is a first world constraint. This is a first world problem. One of my constraints is I can't find my AirPods. One of my other constraints, once I find my AirPods, is they suck. And by suck, it's relative to the new ones. AirPods were a revolutionary breakthrough at one point. Bianca, I sold her my old ones. Those suck even worse. And for anyone out there who has AirPods, the mic is terrible.
Oh, yeah. Don't
awful.
Do your phone calls. You're a podcaster. Do not record your podcast episodes in your AirPods. Please don't do it.
Please don't do it. Exactly.
Please don't do it.
So that's examples of targeting the constraint. But back to the relationship talks coaching. Emilia thinks the constraint for their relationship is psychological safety. She thinks that they are now expressing things that weren't coming out until the relationship talks coaching session. And she believes that once there's psychological safety, they'll be more vulnerable and then they'll be able to solve their challenges. That's her theory. My theory is they have love languages in conflict.
Okay.
And it's a lot of logistics because they used to work together and they used to be in the same office. So they used to have a lot of deep conversations. And now they're kind of passing like ships in the night. They don't see each other that often anymore. She used to work at that company. She doesn't anymore. So I think Emilia goes deeper and I go to the surface challenges typically, and external, internal, and then we solve, and then they flourish. It's great. But so they're going to do the conscious love languages worksheet. They're going to figure out that certain things are red while the other person has green. And those are what we call relationship mismatches. And you have to identify those and work on those. Emilia loves adventure a lot more than I do. So last night we went in the woods in the rain and adventured. It was fucking awesome. I love fitness, so I made sure to run. So we do adventure racing. We get in nature and we do fitness. So these are just examples of targeting constraints. Emilia and I, 24/7, 365, at all times, are targeting constraints. The moment you solve a problem, you get to a new level. You have the opportunity to get to a new level.
Right.
Then you get to a new level and there's a new constraint.
And it's just that forever.
Forever. Absolutely. And everyone knows that. I mean, you know it intuitively. You might not know it in the theory of constraints, but you know it intuitively. Like, what's your biggest bottleneck right now? Everyone out there watching or listening will go, well, I'm not really sleeping well. Okay, solve it. Once you solve that, there's going to be a new one. Well, it's finances. Ah, damn. Okay. And then you solve finances and all of a sudden it's like, I'm kind of fucking out of shape.
Well, it might not it might not even be that. It might be, okay, my sleep sucks. All right, I'm going to focus on going to bed sooner. Now the constraint is my relationships are suffering because of that. Mm-hmm. Now I have to figure out how to, and
that's
then
life, dude.
It is.
How
life.
depressing is that?
I don't, it's hard. It's a hard realization, but I also think that's why if you're into growth, if you're on this journey with us, for sure.
I want to ask you, what's your take on this stuff? Because you started the Hyper Conscious podcast and I partnered with you. Hyper Conscious was because you were on autopilot. Can you try to explain what you used to think? Because I've always said things like you get paid in proportion to the difficulty of the problems you solve. That never lands for anybody. So that is true. The bigger the problem, the bigger people pay to solve it based on who's good at what they do and the supply and demand. And it's a whole fucking thing. But for you, back in the day, what did you think about this? Like, did you think life was supposed to be problemless?
I don't think I thought it was supposed to be problemless. I think it was more... I think I thought I was accidentally going to learn the things I needed in order to skip levels. Because I would see somebody who was so far ahead of me, and it was like, what did they do to get there?
Yeah, very little in some cases.
In some cases, but in other cases, it was a lot. It was they're at level 20 and I'm at level 4. How the fuck did they get 16 levels ahead? Like, what did that actually look like? And what was the day-to-day on that? And again, some of it is luck. I know someone I know was working with a real estate agent who got very lucky when they started real estate and things were just not that hard. And the person cannot put a deal together to save their life anymore because the market has changed.
Yeah.
Like, all right, that's probably not the person you should be being mentored by because they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. I don't know.
Yeah, you never get mentored by someone who was only successful in the good times.
Yeah, they rode the wave. They rode the wave.
Yeah. Hello, NLU listener. Thank you, as always, for listening to Next Level University. Real quick, I just want to jump in and let you know about the Next Level Dreamliner. This is a journal that I use every single day. Achieve your dreams 90 days at a time. It breaks down your dreams into goals, milestones and daily habits. We hope you enjoy it. The link will be in the show notes.
I don't know. I assumed eventually okay, cool. This is what I thought. As a byproduct of living, I would learn the lessons to get to the next level. And that's
what
just
do you believe now?
That I had it backwards.
Right.
I'm not going to get to the next level unless I intentionally figure out what is the bottleneck, what is the constraint, and then how do I work on that. This is why, I'm telling you, I'm convinced, this is why pain, I won't say it's a requirement, but it is the level of necessity that many of us need, because it is I don't think it's always...
You don't think it's a requirement?
I think it's a requirement for big change, not small change. That's what I would say.
Discomfort is required for change.
Discomfort and pain are two different things, son.
They're two different labels, but they're the same.
Discomfort?
They're on the same spectrum. Discomfort is like a 3 on the pain scale, and pain is like a 10. Yeah.
Fair.
Okay.
Yes, I think it's a necessity. I think it's a requirement. The reason why is it literally highlights what the constraint is. Oh my goodness, I hit rock bottom and I couldn't pay my bills. What's the constraint? I don't have enough money. Okay. It's looking you right in the eyes. And now there's 2 ways to go. We say, well, I'll never have enough money. Unfortunately, if that's the attitude, it's most likely never going to change. Mm-hmm. Or, okay, for the first time ever, I can see that I'm making less money than I thought. I'm spending way more money than I thought. And I haven't made the best financial decisions. How do I fix that one problem? Mm-hmm. I learned the most about money. I'm probably learning more about money now than I ever have, but I learned the most about sales when I was broke. I learned the most about relationships after heartbreak.
Yeah, I was actually going to ask you this. I know we don't have a ton of time, but I don't need experience to learn something. I've come to realize a lot of people do. They're experiential learners. You're one of those people.
For sure. Yeah,
you need to experience it. Like you said, you needed to drive in the car before you bought it or whatever. Mm-hmm. Dude, I don't need that whatsoever. I have no idea why. I think it might be prefrontal cortex neuroscience stuff. For me, I don't need to walk in the home to believe I can manifest the home. You know? For me, it's all an equation. It's all math.
I know based on knowing you, but that's not my experience for sure.
So here's the problem. You see the conundrum in that? People have to experience something in order to learn, in order to have the necessity to go learn in order to achieve it. And it's like, well, you're basically stumbling upon your entire life then.
Well, it starts with a goal. Going back to the goal, it starts with a goal. Let's say it starts with a goal and you say, I want to be financially free. It's like, okay, cool. That's a good start at a goal. Not necessarily specific enough. It's not necessarily time bound enough, but what are you going to have to do? Well, you're going to have to learn.
When we interviewed Steve Ryder and the infinity pool overlooking the mountain and all that, you experienced something that you never thought you'd experience, right? Mm-hmm. And for me, did you notice any shift in me?
No.
Okay, so for me, nothing changed. That was already part of the game plan. For you, you changed completely. You transformed completely. How do people get that without being dragged to Scottsdale, for lack of better phrasing? I don't
know if I have a good answer for that, because I don't know. I couldn't tell you. The fact that, like, again, this isn't a flex, but this is the way I think. My car is nicer than I never expected to. I wanted to have a nice car. My car is far nicer than any car I ever thought I was going to get. Now I know I can get a nicer car.
Yeah, that's so interesting.
So I don't know. I have no idea.
So the AMG GTR was just like a hope?
It was a dream car. Yeah, I didn't intend it.
You said
You can't intend if you don't have the information. What's the difference between intention and hope?
Yeah.
I think it's awareness.
When people say they set intentions, I don't think they actually intend on it. I think they're like hoping still.
Well, I think it's like a stronger, more well-directed hope.
Yeah.
That's why manifestation is fucking so dangerous.
It's so dangerous, yeah. I have a manifestation equation with 10 steps. If anyone wants
I put one in there. I put one in there.
Yeah, you did. That was strong. And of course, it's the visualization / emotionalization.
I'm telling you.
Experiencing. It's basically you saying, hey, you got to experience, at least in your imagination, what it's going to be like.
I am willing to bet, if you said, Kev, we're going to pay for you to live anywhere for a month. Any house you want for a month. Awesome. And I picked like a house that inspired me and blew my mind, I would get used to the experience of living there and it would become more possible immediately.
Yeah.
Not in terms of, I'm not going to have the money to buy the house tomorrow. I'm not saying that. But
no,
from
it would become more.
It would open up
It would pull you more, right? It would pull you.
It would pull me more.
Yeah,
yes.
That's so interesting, and we can talk about this another time, obviously. But I have the pull without the experience.
I think that's rare.
I agree.
I think that's rare. You hear this saying, money doesn't buy happiness, but everybody wants to find out for themselves. Again, money buys things, and things can lead to happiness. It's not going to bring you fulfillment.
Money does buy freedom.
Yes.
It does. Well, let me rephrase, because if you're in the wrong country, that's not
fair.
true.
That's fair.
It can buy financial freedom, which will help.
It buys opportunity.
Fulfilled.
It buys opportunity.
It buys opportunity.
It buys
sure.
opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely.
And what you do with that opportunity is up to you. You could, if you made $1 million and then you could invest in your education, you could learn more about the thing you want to be the best at, and that would be more fulfilling to you. That's a really good circle.
Yeah. It's awesome.
If you think buying a $300,000 car is going to fix your problems, it will not.
Yeah.
It's going to create more problems. You know how much an oil change is in a $300,000 car? It's like, I think it's like thousands of dollars.
I had a freaking so annoyed when you told me about the freaking mats in the BMW.
What?
$750 for fucking car mats. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Got them for free.
Damn.
Got them for free, though.
No, this time. The first time you didn't.
Oh, it wasn't. No, it was like $300.
Still.
They're laser cut, custom fitted.
Don't give a shit, man.
Helps the resale value.
All right, fair.
Yeah, helps the resale value. All right, what's your 20-second next level lesson before we get out of here?
Try to find a way to experience a little taste of what it is that you want to achieve.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I think that will help you have more of a pull than just a push. I don't think you can just push yourself to your dreams. I think you need to have pull and push.
Mine would be every time you highlight a problem, we have to work on highlighting a solution. I mean, I feel like a lot of us know where the constraints are, but maybe we don't. Well, maybe we don't. I don't know.
Targeting the constraints not easy, man. It's root cause analysis. It's not easy. I mean, they pay people a lot of money. That's what consultants do. Let's
say you're not starting at the root cause. Then, yeah, you're at the root cause, but let's start at the top branch that we can see, and then we can work from there. That's better than nothing.
That's my favorite work in the world. I'll analyze your entire existence and give you the root cause of what's holding you back.
Trust me, I know. I get it all the time.
Right. There's always a constraint, and I'm always poking at your constraints, for lack of better phrasing. I tell Kev, I'm sorry to be such a pain in the ass. And I said this, if you don't want to be really, 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 really successful, you don't have to listen to a word I say. But dude, in 12 months, 5 years, 10 years from now, I'm going to be in a certain position, and I want you to be with me, but you're not going to be unless you, like, if you don't do X, you're not going to get Y. It's not my opinion.
And we have different constraints. That's the other thing.
Yeah. Facts.
In business, we might have similar ones based on the business, but in life, we have, so that's another important thing too. All right, cool. All right, Next Level Nation, if you are looking for an amazing group of next level humans who are focused and hyper-focused on getting to that next level and that next level and that next level, we have a private Facebook group. We'll have the link in the show notes for you.
Book club, we're reading Willpower by Roy Baumeister and John Tierney. Book club might as well be free group coaching. I promise you, you are going to think more deeply. You are going to learn so much. It's basically a brainstorming session about how to improve your life. And I promise you, your life will improve if you come there. Come with an open mind. Come knowing that it's going to be intense. And the registration link will be in the show notes. And if you are not ready for feedback, do not come.
As always, we love you. We appreciate you. Grateful for each and every one of you. And if you are as focused as you say you are, getting to the next level, join us tomorrow because we will be here every single day to help you get there.
Keep reaching for your full potential. Next Level Nation.